Hey guys, today we are going to talk about text features. That is one of our second grade standards. And what that means is that we are going to be looking inside of this text for some features that the book offers to you, okay? This is coming from A to Z. And like I've said before, you have access to this at home if you are in my class. All you need is your class code, and you can email me, and I will gladly send you that. And then, of course, you know your password. All right, let's get started. This book is a level N, and it's called All About Kites. All right. Ooh, here's our first text feature. So, what is this page called? This should be an easy one. It tells you at the top. The table of contents. What does the table of contents do for you? What does it do? What does it help you with? It tells us what page numbers. So if these were chapters, it would tell you what page the chapters are, or these are just the main sections and what page they're on. So we have the introduction is on page, good job, page 4. History of kites is on page 5. What page is the glossary on? Did you say 16? I hope you did, because you got it right. All right, let's jump right in. Looking on this page, I see 2 text features. Can you tell me one? I see a heading. Point to the heading on your screen. Yeah, that word introduction right here. Notice how it's in the middle and it's bold. That is a heading. And it is telling us kind of what the page is going to be about. And this page is going to be like a summary. It's going to be an introduction of what the story is going to be about. Where do you see another text feature? Yeah, the pictures. And remember, we learned a fancy word for pictures this year called illustrations. Can you say that word 3 times? Illustrations. 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 Good job. That's a big word for a second grader. But remember, illustrations is just a fancy word for the pictures. That's right. All right, let's move on. Oh, I see 3 text features. Can you point to one? The first one I notice is up here at the top, History of Kites. What is History of Kites? What is that? What's that text feature called? A heading, that's right. And this heading tells us what the page is going to be about. What's the next text feature you see? Yeah, the picture. The picture. And what was that fancy word again we just learned? Well, you've already learned it, but I reminded you. What was that fancy word for a picture? Illustrations. That's right. Illustrations. And there's one more text feature on this page. Let's see if you can find it. Bold print. So you see this word right here? The word is currents. Currents. So whenever you come to a word and it's bold like that in the text, most of the time that means that in the very back there'll be a glossary and it will tell you what that word means. It also means that that is a challenge word or a tricky word or a hard word. Okay? And so sometimes those are the words that we have to sound out sometimes. And also it means that it's a good idea if you don't know what that word means to go ahead and flip to the back so you can know what it means and understand this page more clearly, okay? All right, let's go to the next page. Oh, I see lots of text features. Can you point to one? Yeah, there's 3 bold-faced words, 3 of them. Where can we find the meaning of those words? In the Glossary, that's right. Here's another text feature. What is that fancy word for a picture? Illustrations. Good job. Oh, I see two text features. An illustration and a heading. Can you read this heading with me? Many uses for kites. Good job. Do you see any text features on this page? It's so short. I'm sure it doesn't have any. You do. There's an illustration. And there's a bold word. Good job. All right, I see some text features. Do you see this illustration? Good, there's two of them. Do you see any bold words? No, and that's a good thing because that means that the glossary is not very long. You don't want to have lots and lots and lots of bold words when you're an author because that means your glossary is going to have to be long. Oh, I see two bold words. Do you see any illustrations? Good job, the butterfly at the top. Ooh, this page is a whole illustration. It's huge. Well, how beautiful these kites are. Which one's your favorite? I like this one right here at the bottom. It's very cool. Okay, now it has directions for making your own kite. You're welcome to pause this so that you can try it. Here's the steps. Here's the last page of steps. And then we're on the last page. I see two text features. What's that fancy word for pictures? Illustration, that's right. So there's a picture. And then what about this? Bold print. Good job. Ooh, this is a text feature. What is it called? The glossary. Now I want you to think very hard and I want you to tell me, what does the glossary do? What does it do for you? It's a list of important words and what those words mean or what their definition is. And also it tells you what page they're on, okay? But most importantly, it tells you what those words mean. So do you remember we found that word currents at the beginning? And I said, if you don't know what that means, you can flip to the glossary to have a better understanding. So what does that word currents mean? Okay, so let's take a look. This N tells us that word is a noun, okay? If it was a V, it would stand for a verb, like this word flutter, okay? But currents is a noun, and it means air that flows in a certain direction. What does this P5 mean? Page 5. Now, I want you to find the word inventor. Is the word inventor a noun, a verb, or an adjective? A noun. And it could be an adjective to describe someone, but in this text, it is used as a noun, okay? And what is the page number for the word inventor? Did you say page 6? I hope so. Inventor is on page 6. And what is the definition? Can you read it with me? A person who invents or creates a new device or process. Good job. And do you notice that the word inventor and then the word invents, they sound a lot alike, don't they? And then we're at our very last page, okay? I hope that you had a great time today learning some text features with Miss Parker. I know that I have enjoyed sharing them with you, and I cannot wait to talk with you again tomorrow. Have a great day, boys and girls.